over to our player and pitcher of the week, and then our diamond notes. Just again, I'm going to reiterate that every Tuesday we post our player of the week and pitcher of the week, and then on every Wednesday we post our diamond notes. So just coaches, players, whoever, just be sure to submit. I guess coaches, be sure to submit when we email you on Sunday nights, I believe is when that comes out. Just keep checking your email and submit some of your players from the week prior for pitcher or player of the week. And even if you don't think they're pitcher or player of the week caliber, they will be thrown into our diamond notes, which comes out on Wednesday. But Hammett, you're our pitcher player of the week story writer, so if you want to get in there, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Brother Rice did not make it easy on us this week. We were kind of deciding between Gavin Triesenberg and Brady Cunningham, but we ended up going with Brady. He went 7 for 13. He had 5 walks, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 6 RBIs, and 10 runs scored. And he also swiped 2 bags. Then he punched out 5 in 2 innings pitched. And Tyler, I know you were at that game. And he also left the yard, I believe, in front of you as well.
Yes,
so
he
I don't know
did.
if you had anything to add there, but
No, impressive week. I mean, he continues to do it on both sides of the ball, and I honestly feel like it's probably not the first and won't be the last time we think about Brady Cunningham for Player of the Week. It just seems like he has a huge week every week.
Totally. And then for the pitcher of the week, we had Brandon Shannon. From McHenry, he was lights out. He took down a ranked Hampshire, fired a no-hitter over his 6 innings of work. They combined for a no-hitter in the game. But he had 14 strikeouts with 53 of his 79 pitches being for strikes. So, I mean, the arm talent that he has and being in the zone is a very good combination, and he's kind of that ace over there.
Yeah, so moving over to diamond notes now. I don't think we're going to hit on every player that was mentioned within, but just kind of some notable performances. And if you want to have any more information on that, again, just be sure to check out our diamond notes story on the site. If you look at the IHSA tab at the top of our Illinois page, there will be a drop down that will take you right to the diamond notes, and you can see all of them. I think it goes back to 2022, maybe. I could be wrong on that, but definitely it goes back to 2023 and 2024, I believe. But anyway, so yeah, let's kind of get in here. If you guys want to kick it off, I'll let you guys go for it. Or
Sure, a game that I was at, Lucas Grant. He threw 6.2 innings, didn't allow any hits, walked 2 and struck out 17. He got pulled with 2 outs in the last inning, so just missed the complete game no-hitter, but that was super impressive for me.
And I'm sitting here, you're, talking about the player of the week, pitcher of the week, and we look at our diamond notes and like just how hard it is to select these winners. Yeah, you got Lucas Grant striking out 17 guys, not allowing a hit. I know Brandon Shannon did it against a really good club to earn the player of the week. But then you got a guy, Owen Roberts. We just talked about Lucas Grant striking out 17, not allowing a hit. Owen Roberts also threw a no-hitter, struck out 11, walked 1, 54 pitches of 77 landed for strikes, and he's been just an absolute stud for Waubonsie the last 2 years. He's an Indiana State commit. He's a senior, and their coach sent over some more notes on him just to talk about how big of a stud he's been. He hasn't given up a hit in his last 12 innings. He has not given up a run on the year. He threw a no-hitter against Batavia on Thursday, striking out 11, walking just 1. He needed 77 pitches to complete the game, with 54 pitches being strikes. I just mentioned that. The Warriors won that game 3-0. But here we go. On the season, he's thrown 18 innings, and he's got 33 Ks and only 5 walks, and he's only given up 5 hits on the year. And he's yet to give up a run. And alongside that, he's also their leading hitter. He's hitting 433. So I know I'm a little long-winded on there, but Owen Roberts, just a flat-out performer, all-stater for us last year, obviously continues to do it for Waubonsie. I thought deserved a pretty big shout-out there.
yeah, and a couple of notable performances that I wanted to mention. Aiden Terenez over there at Sherrard going to UIC. He threw 6 innings last week, struck out 13, allowed 1 run, 2 walks, and 2 hits. In that game, he recorded his 250th career strikeout, and then he also went 4 for 8 with 5 walks, a double, 6 RBIs, 2 runs, and then a 2-run homer on the week as well. So good stuff from Aiden Terenez. Congrats to him for 250 career strikeouts. And then Nasir Fairs from Belleville East, he's 2026, went 11 for 17 with 2 doubles, 11 RBIs, 3 runs scored, a stolen base, a 2-run homer, and then he also threw 3 innings, struck out 3, walked 2, and allowed 2 hits. But go ahead, guys, if there's anything else you want to touch on, or we can keep moving on.
Well, there's a ton of good performances. I mean, Brady Cunningham, who won Player of the Week, he's one of the top two-way sophomores in the state. I see Jackson Tucker on here. He's one of the top sophomores in the state. Went 5 for 14 with 2 doubles, 2 walks, 2 triples, 3 stolen bases, 5 runs. And then you've got a guy like Ethan Moore. He was a Super 60 participant for us. He's at OPRF. He's a senior committed to Tennessee. Starting to really heat up. He went 7 for 17 with 6 extra base hits, including 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 8 runs scored. He kind of just did a little bit of everything looking at him. And he's one of the top seniors in the state. You got Brady Green there as well, going 7 for 17 at OPRF. I think they're just starting to play a little bit better baseball as well. And then you had a bunch of guys from Father McGivney. Alton also mentioned. Just kind of speaks to how offensive Father McGivney has been. You got 2026 infielder Scott Phelps, who went 7 for 12 with 10 RBIs and 3 doubles. You got Mason Holmes. He's a 25 going to Hendrix College. He went 9 for 14 with a double, 6 RBIs, 3 walks, 5 runs. He also went 4 innings pitched and gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. So Nolan Parker at Alton went 6 for 10. He's an unsigned senior. He had a walk, a double, 3 runs. Just really good stuff all over the place, but a couple more call outs there.
Yeah, and then I had a few, excuse me. We touched a little bit on it earlier, but Gavin Triesenberg, just want to mention his week. He was 9 for 17, had a walk, 4 doubles, a home run, which I saw, 8 RBIs, 9 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases. Another thing that unfortunately doesn't find its way on the stat sheet is I'm sure he probably made every single play defensively. That's how good he is. But another 2 names, Carver Cohn. Now I know we touched on him last week because I saw them play Huntley. He performed really well there, but turns out he had 2 grand slams last week, which is kind of ridiculous. I saw one of them. But he was 4 for 13, had 3 walks, 2 grand slams, and 8 RBIs. So he bats at the top of that lineup for McHenry. They're now up to number 3 in the state, and they need him to keep performing for sure. And then this one really fired me up because he was actually my prospect of the week a couple weeks ago. But Mickey Lotus having a big week for St. Lawrence. 6 for 8, 3 walks, a double, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases. So that one really fired me up. I really like his game, so to see him getting the results on the stat sheet's really cool.
One thing really quick, just you mentioned Carver Cohn. I keep checking McHenry's, lineups. They tweet them out before the game, and I think I shot it over yesterday. Like, they're 3rd in the state, right, in our Power 25, and they've got, at the top of their order, they go freshman, sophomore in their last couple games, with Landon Clements hitting in the 2-hole and Caden Wozniewski hitting in the 3-hole. And I feel like Brother Rice is very similar. They've got a few more seniors mixed in with like a Jackson Natanic and a Gavin Triesenberg and Aiden O'Hava and stuff like that. But you mix in a Brady Cunningham, a Colin Campbell, Gavin Stanislawski, like 2 of the top teams in the state are being impacted at a high level by some young guys, which is always, to me, just like curious to see, because then you mention a Oswego, or you mention, like a Fremd, like they're kind of loaded with seniors. York, loaded with seniors. So like there's a lot of different ways to succeed and have good years. To me, I just find that really intriguing that some of these schools, are being impacted, and some of the best schools in the state by young guys that are up and coming.